Hi, this video is a lecture taken from my online course about data engineering on Microsoft Azure, and I hope it helps you learn more about data engineering. Azure is made up of data centers, and when you use a service or create a resource such as a SQL database or a storage account, you are using physical equipment in one or more of these data centers. Azure data centers are unique physical buildings that are located all over the globe. The Azure data centers are not directly exposed to users. Instead, Microsoft organized data centers into regions. A region is a geographical area on the planet that contains at least one but potentially multiple data centers that are nearby and connected together with a dedicated regional low latency network. Microsoft Azure assigns and controls the resources within each region. And when you deploy a resource, you must choose the region where you want the resource to be deployed. When building application in the cloud, we want to ensure that data are redundant so that we can protect our data and information in case of failure. We can make data and application redundant by using availability zones. Availability zones are physically separated data center within an Azure region. Each availability zone is made up of one or more data centers with independent power, cooling, and networking. There is a minimum of 3 zones in each region that support availability zone. That is, not all regions support availability zones. And if one zone goes down, the other will continue to work. On this image, we can see all the location or where all the Azure data center are located around the globe. We can see that on almost every continent there is a Azure region that is available. And down here you can see the status of the different regions. We have regions that are, let's say, available. Some region have availability zone announced but still not available, which means not all regions support availability zones. However, Microsoft is committed to make availability zones available everywhere. Now you can select down here, you can select your geography, and then you will then see where the region is located. For example, you can see how the availability zones and other information about it. If you change the geography, for example, if you pick United States, you will see that there are more regions available in the United States than there are regions, for example, available in Germany or Europe. Let me take Mexico. There's only one region, and you can see the same thing here. On the image, you have the United States, where you have multiple regions available, but around Mexico, there's only one region available. Also, one thing you need to know here, you have the term geography, and a geography in Azure, to keep it short, this is about the law enforcement in each country. So a geography allows customers with specific data residency and compliance need to keep their data and application close. For example, in Europe, you have different laws when it comes to privacy than in the United States. Also here we can read that an Azure geography is a discrete market, typically containing at least one or more regions that preserve data residency and compliance boundaries. So this is more about compliance, laws enforcement, than it is about the technology itself. You can then go here, so you can select a geography here and see what regions are available to you depending on where you live. Different geographies, different regions. Now remember, when you want to create an Azure resource, you must specify the region where you want to deploy the resource. In our case, currently we are looking into Azure Storage. Here we are. If you decide to create a storage account, you must decide the region in which you want it to be deployed. So you can choose a region. For example, let's stick with the default one. US, East US, so in the United States, East US. And down here, you then see the option for redundancy. And here you have multiple options available to us. And this is where we can then decide how we want to duplicate our data. All these options are not available in all the regions because not all regions have availability zones. Therefore, if you choose a region, for example, let's say Norway East, you will see you only have two options. If I choose Germany, I will have three options. They are all dependent on the number of data centers that are available in the specific region. And now we are going to look into the differences between all these different options. So let me go here and then click on Learn More. If you enjoyed this video, I think you'll also like the entire course. The course covers multiple Azure services that you can use to perform data engineering. For example, you learn how to build a data pipeline using Azure Data Factory or how to use Azure Key Vault to secure access to your data. Also, with Azure Synapse Analytics, you will learn how to build a modern data warehouse in the cloud or how to run Apache Spark code using Azure Synapse Analytics. And it covers other topics such as Azure SQL databases and much more. So check it out using the link below. Thank you.